Hey guys, it's T coming at you with a it's kind of like a uh daily tarot read, but just for today because I'm not like up to par with like it's I think it's well, I don't know. Like I want to kind of do it every day, but I kind of don't know. I think it's coming down the line, right? It's like not going to happen right this minute, but it will happen soon. But I decided that, I mean, what a hilarious position. I just feel like this is just so super funny because I was like, you know what? Let's just do it from just a really like authentic position. um, because it's fun like this. So, whatever. So, I'm like sitting, I'm like, I'm chilling right now. I love it. So, I just wanted to bring you like some fun vibes. I know that people are working and stuff, but I figured, what time is it? It is 11:06. All right, so you could possibly take like an early break or whatever from, while you're at work or whatnot, or just, see me. What I'm trying to say is, if you see me pop on, like join for a little bit and then like exit when you need to, right? So yeah, and this is like the vibes that I'm feeling today. So I'm kind of like this is fun. So I just like I just feel very like childlike today. So oh my god. So story about this little guy right here. This is why I was like laughing so hard is because yesterday I went to the mall and I won him. And like out of it's actually a game called Plucky Ducky. And so I was like, "Oh my gosh, I get a pure yellow lucky duck." Like that is so fun. So that's why he's like chilling with us for good vibes. And also, he represents Archangel Uriel. He also represents good health because, in Feng Shui, the yellow represents, well, depending on how you look at it, I think some people perceive it as yellow represents the good health, like in terms of balancing everything. And some people perceive it as future creativity in children. So, I mean, it kind of all makes sense, right? So, yeah, he's chilling as my altar figurine that I absolutely love. So, yeah, he's just totally gonna, bless us with accuracy today. So, what I wanted to do is since today is labeled my personal well, my day is kind of split into two, right? Because if you think about it, there are nine excuse me, there are nine aspects um in feng shui and we have only 7 days, right? So if you want to kind of theme up your days, you're going to have to kind of double up on some days. So what I've personally done is I've doubled up on my Tuesdays and doubled up on my Thursdays. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but maybe one day I'll show you like visually what I'm talking about. Um, because I do have it set up nicely. And so today is my, if you want to call it the past, the ancestral, the family aspect of life. So basically, what in feng shui it would be known as family, right? And just like in the description box below, it's literally to me it's soul family, right? Oh shit, did I drop? Yeah, I did. Fuck, I gotta go down. All right, hold on one second. I gotta go pick up what I dropped. But so just to finish off, like what I was trying to say is that by the way, thanks so much for hanging with me today. Like whenever you get a chance to, because it's just like super fun. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my time to like just do this because I actually this is like a very big experimental video going on for me today. So I appreciate your trust in how it's going to flow. Um, Excuse me. And so what I wanted to say was yeah. So okay. So my day is split with like basically soul fam vibes along with wealth and power vibes, right? So I have two decks that are going to represent that. I have one deck, which is my Michelangelo deck, representing for now the healing of the soul fam, and then I have my Think and Grow Rich deck that's going to be the wealth and power deck that we're going to use today. And what I'm getting is that we're going to pull 3 cards for each. So that might take a little bit of time because I like to explain shit and I like to make things meaningful. And when things are meaningful and done with soul, it takes a little time. Well, that, you know, yes and no, right? Like some things take time and some things don't. So, but so it could go either way. Or one card deck might be a little slower in terms of like explaining, and then another card deck might be right to the point. So, you know, it's all about the yin and yang, right? So give me just 1 second to go grab it. You might be a little shaky because it fell kind of like right into the crease because I have you close. Hold on 1 second. That was the hardest. I hope that's all of it. It's like son of a bitch because of the fact that, you know, when you get yourself like perfectly like set up and you're thinking like, oh, you know, like things are just going to be kind of like set in there. Nah, it's like there might be wiggling going on, which I feel like there's a lot of, it's really interesting. All of my, oh, sorry, I have to catch my breath. All of my, all of my like, for some reason, I feel all of my surface stuff is like very wobbly. So I have to kind of, and I don't get why, but I have to kind of, like, you know, tighten up the screws a little bit, but maybe it's all supposed to happen. So it kind of gives everything a little flexibility, but I like sturdiness, right? So, okay. So anyhow, I'm full blown excited. Okay. So the first, so here are the vibes for today in terms of really directed at your, you know, authentic and native soul fam vibes, right? Like what do we need to know? So A-Team and everybody that I've called on in my meditation and from this morning only, please send us 3 divine cards placed at the top of this deck that clearly describe what is going on, what we need to know, how it affects us, all of it. Ooh, a star just dropped out. Oh, that's cool. All right, so a star, I'll go into that in a second. But place 3 of the highest and best vibed deck cards at the top of this deck. Thank you. Do I stop shuffling the cards right here right now? It's for my highest and best. Is it for my highest and best? Good. Stop shuffling the cards right here right now. All right, so I just had to make sure about that. So here we go. We're going to just do it from here, guys. You're on my laptop because I said, fuck it. Oh, all right. At the bottom of the deck is, let's see if I can do that. Can you see it? It's Rex. So that's the King of Wands that you see right there. And give me 1 second. And I just wanted to let you know that this guy popped out. This guy popped out right here. So that means belief. Okay. We're going to just, you know what? We'll make him a part of the altar. How about that? How about that? Yeah, be right there. A-Team, is it for my highest and best good to just shuffle the other deck as well right now? Okay, do one at a time is what I'm getting. Okay, which is my style of doing things. By the way, it's like my quote-unquote morning, so if I'm taking a sip, it's necessary. Okay. This is like amazing because this is like college kid status, and I love it. So the first card that we have, and again, these are newer cards in case you haven't watched my other videos. So sometimes I get a little fucking, get a little crazy at what this is. So this is the number 10. Oh, this is the World card. Nice. All right. So things are, wow, this is so cool. Okay. I love how this is depicted too. I don't know like what you can see and what you can't see. I'm going to try to bring it to the, hopefully you see all that. I don't know. But okay, so so with this card, let's see what's going on. With this card, it is basically like, okay, this is very interesting how they depicted it. All right, so in the traditional tarot, the world card is like things turning, things changing, you know, and also I always want to say things turning in your favor. It's also karmic cycles like that are, I guess, they have ended, so they're starting anew. So there are definitely new beginnings. In this card, it kind of depicts though as if like you've jumped through hoops, right? Which is so interesting, like that they've illustrated it in that sense because sometimes in order to get to the number 10 position of the tarot, it feels like that. It feels like all you fucking jumped through hoops like soul-based wise to get to have this karmic cycle end or to actually start a new karmic cycle, you know, and also like to get what you kind of deserve too, right? Which is kind of crazy. So it's like you've just jumped through hoops. This is also very interesting that they're depicting like, I feel like a lot of masculine energy is here. And it's so funny that I'm doing Michelangelo cards because let me just tell you, like today I was hanging out. So where I'm currently doing the readings from is my bed, right? And that's always been my dream. I said, oh my God, I want to just like have a life's purpose where I can do it from my bed, but help a lot of people, right? So like this is a true dream come true for me where I feel like as if I'm in my comfort zone, but my comfort zone is pure fun. And even outside of my comfort zone is pure fun, right? So in both places, it's pure fun. And so long story short, these clouds are here. And I was saying to myself this morning, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I get to be with the angels longer, which is like my down comforter, which I absolutely am so grateful for. I know a lot of animals have been sacrificed for that down comforter, but let me just tell you something. I am so grateful for their sacrifice. I don't even like because it brings me as much as it's crazy for me to say my down comforter brings me so much joy every day that I would never have it any other way. So I'm grateful for the ducks. And there you go. There's the ducks. So, you know, the duck feathers. So I just wanted to say I'm purely grateful. And so because they make me feel like I hang with the clouds, I hang with the angels more. Like that's what that down comforter makes me feel. And it's pure white. So it's just, and actually it's funny because I'm wearing a lot of white today. So I just feel like, and long story short, also, I was just saying that I need a card deck that kind of goes with my soul family area of my life because of and I was thinking about how I want to get the Talk to Heaven by James Van Prague that or community, I think it's Talk to Heaven or Talk with Heaven or something like that that will allow me to kind of like, I mean, listen, we're always tapped into like our ancestors and our A team and stuff, but I just feel as though there's a lot of angelic, stuff going on, and that's kind of how I want to. That's the card deck that I want to have in order to kind of have for my quote unquote ancestral area of my life, right? So manifesting that as I speak it out loud, and I thank you, universe, for it. So, what was I going to say? So yeah, and then I just feel like as though this card. And going back to the card, I feel as though this card, it's like you've gained like you were not in this high position before. You know what I'm saying? And and especially when it comes to your masculine energy, and this is obviously for the universal collective. So it's for the masculines, it's for the females that have the masculine side to them. It's for all of us, where your masculine aspect of yourself has really kind of come to the top of the wheel, right? Maybe it used to be at the bottom and you were like, how the fuck? Like, I feel so super unbalanced, or I'm not doing anything with my life. And now the wheel has turned where you feel like the king on top of here. And like what I get here is like you've thrown everything out that no longer serves a purpose for you. And so like all these people like jumping through these hoops are like the people that no longer serve you, right? So you've done the work, and maybe you're still doing this work for you to put yourself at the top of your life, right? In terms of being there for yourself more, but also showing up for yourself and being your own caretaker and your own life purpose maker. Amen. So yeah, so you're really coming into your own. It's so fucked. Like how I'm interpreting this is like all these people want your attention. Like all these people are just, and it's actually funny because that's something like that happened to me this morning, where the person that I no longer connect with really like kind of got in my face, like as if like we were going to reconnect back again. And it's just like, no, you got to stick to your ways. Like you already know the truth of the matter. You've already made your decisions, and you're just having to kind of like is that the word, feed them off, like kind of fight them off, like not even fight, but just more so like boundary it up, like to be like, no, you've tried this shit with me before. It's not going to happen again. It's not going to work this time around. It's not going to work ever. So that's basically what's happening there. And everybody's basically, and that's a blessing for everybody, because everybody gets to go their own new directions. Like you've just kind of like created that, you know what I'm saying, for everybody, like a brand new route. Everybody takes a brand new route. This guy, I like how this guy's like, you go that way, like he's pointing that direction. He's like, how about you go there and leave me the fuck alone? Like that's what I want. And this guy's like, no, but I still want to hang out. And he's like, no, like I'm at the top of my game now. Like I'm not even looking your way. So it's kind of like he's really focused on the future, even, because that's where he's pointing to, is the future, right? So also what I'm getting is dreams are coming true today, which is like if they're not coming true exactly today, don't get crazy. Just get into the feeling mode of it, because that's exactly what's coming through, is like you are feeling that your dreams are coming true, and that's like enough for you today, because maybe you haven't been feeling as if your dreams were at all going to come through, right? So I promise I fucking dusted this like just yesterday, and it got like all crazy. Because I saw it like the other day and I was like, oh, gross. Anyhow, so yeah, so moving on with the next card, but that's that card. Yeah, it's just like pure angelicness. Yes. Give me a second. Give me a second for the pause. You might like hear me like swallow. Oh, actually, should I refer to the card in this booklet right now? All right, now I'm getting no. All right, the second card. So, when I'm doing these three cards in my head, I was picturing this as your morning card, okay? This is going to be your afternoon card, which we're going to go over, and then the third card is going to be your what's it called? Your blah blah blah, your evening card, okay? So either way, like at whatever time you decide, like whatever time you run into this video, like it's either going to be, something that you can reflect on, or something that you're kind of moving towards, or just a reflection of all of it, like to, just like see it for what it is, right? Or utilize the video for what it is what I'm trying to say. All right, so the number 9, it's very interesting. 9 of Swords. Usually this is a card of worrying. But what I'm getting, very interesting, is I'm getting that this is a card where you're actually seeing things for what it is. Like I've just said, see it for what it is. That's exactly what this card is referring to. But also I'm seeing a lot of vulnerability coming out. Like you're kind of like, damn, I don't want to do this. Damn, it's like kind of cold in my world, right? Because swords are cold. That's a cold energy. That's like obviously it's not warm at all. So, and it's metal, right? So metal is kind of a conductor, I mean, of both warm and hot and cold, but this is like a colder energy, because I just feel like there's no fluff here, right? Just to get to the point of it, there's no fluff at all. Like you're just like on your own, you're doing life on your own. To me, I feel like this is like adulting too hard, but yet you're seeing things for what it is. So something has been made vulnerable to you, which is possibly something, being revealed, like by you having said to yourself in this card, hold on one second. That's crazy. Okay. By you having said to yourself, with this card, uh, with this card, sorry. By you having said to yourself with this card, like, I'm at the top of the game, like, the wheels are turning my favor. I'm at the top of the game, at the top of my game, and having really kind of clean things up for yourself, you then come into this, which is like you feel alone maybe in terms of just being like you're seeing things for what they are, but yet you're feeling like you're some sort of fucking weirdo in term because this guy kind of looks like a zombie, right? So he looks like a little like he's been adulting too hard, but he sees things for what they are. What I meant was you've cut a lot of stuff out of your life in this card. So thank you. So then, that's where the connection came from. And so since you've cut a lot out of your life and you've done it over and over and over again, you literally are going to you kind of feel like you've done all that you can. You're sticking to your ways. You're kind of stripped to the core. Like you're like, all right, enough. Like I've done all of what I can do, and yet again, I'm being told is like you're seeing it for what it is. So you're not going crazy if you're in this position. You've come into this position as a blessing, okay, for yourself. So all of your worries tend to be like, what the fuck am I going to do now? But the whole thing is, don't worry about it. Like, these are like maybe worries creeping in. Like, I've done all of this, like, in terms of simplifying and like chopping things away of what I don't need. But the whole thing is, it's like, like, and you don't know what to do now because that's a vulnerable spot you've left yourself in, right? Like you were kind of going with the flow in terms of what your intuition or your instinct has been telling you, but it has left you feeling like this. So you're like, shit, did I do something wrong here? Did I not? So this is also like a double thinking card. Like it's a mind, it's an air card, right? But just know that since it's a 9, it's a finishing up of something. So I want to say when it comes to like all of your worries too, which is what the swords kind of depict too here, or in the traditional tarot, it's like you're worrying, you don't know what to do now. You're like, oh shit, what do I do now? You literally can drop your worries and turn all of your worries, like anytime they come up, which mine have been coming up from this morning a little bit, where I would be like, no, I would stop it. I would be the stopper to it. And I'd be like, no, God's got it. Like love's got it. It's already been handled. I don't have to worry about that. Right. So just acknowledge your fears. Don't like dismiss them, but also, just like with people in your life, because we kind of know that better on a physical level, thoughts are the same thing. All nouns really are kind of handled in the same way. So when people are like, oh, treat, you shouldn't be treating your like objects nicer than people and vice versa. It's like, no, actually they all need to be treated the same, which is with respect, right? So that's what people don't realize. It's like, I treat my stuff as if I treat the people around me, and I do it at a soulful, caring level that not a lot of people do. So when I decide to cut and like, cut things out of my life, I do it for real, like because I already know that I've already put not too much, but I've already put my soul-filled effort towards whatever it is in my life because I don't half-ass anything, right? Even if I try, I can't half-ass shit. Like that's how funny that's how funny my life is. It's like I can't do it. Like I try, but I can't. Like I can't half-ass shit because I love the feeling of things being meaningful. Like it just makes me happy, right? So when it comes down to this, just turn all of your worries towards something meaningful where it's like a meaningful realization where you're like, dude, no, it's like, like it doesn't matter what thought is coming into you, like just chop it the fuck out. Give it the chip chop. You know what I'm saying? That's not even a word. It's okay though. Oh, interesting. Okay, so here's also, and actually, to be honest with you, well, okay, so let's put it this way. To be honest with you, and always being honest with you, these these cards that I'm getting for, you know, the fam life, that could be morning, midday, and like afternoon, which is like night, um, which is not the same thing. But that could be that, or it could like this could like end like if you were really to split up the day, this could be like your morning read, right? So just see how it works out for you, you know, always kind of like just see like because everybody has a different kind of what's it called, like life that they're living, right? So just see how it works out for you. I'd be curious to know. But what's really interesting is I was watching, because I just do that as a daily thing. I like to hear about other people's opinions and stuff. And so today's daily read, a lot of people were getting Ace of Cups at the end of their reading, or some sort of cups, right? Like something fulfilled at the end of the day. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. You're getting double the cups. So here are the two of chalices. And what's amazing here is that I really like, this is what I'm getting, is like that my people, whoever like tap into like reading this, are getting double the fucking fulfilled cups. So this is like double the Ace of Cups is what I'm getting. It's like you're getting double the fulfillment. So it's usually this is kind of, I think, a oh no, what was I gonna say? Whatever, I'm not gonna go into it, but there's some sort of, and actually, oh, that's funny. Another reader got that there's a lot of healing going on today. So I just feel like there's something that you're going to be healed in terms of something's going to fulfill your life double time, where you feel super healed in, right? And whether it be all these two cups for yourself, or whether one is for another person and one is for you, that's, you'll have to see how, you know, maybe it's like a card of kindness is what I'm getting, right? So either, you know, both the double the cups of kindness towards yourself, because you've kind of decided to do that, you know what I'm saying? Or you're kind of fulfilled in both areas, and you're just like, yo, I'm gonna share a cup, you know what I'm saying? So you might, or this is another scenario, somebody is giving you their cup, so you now have your cup and their cup. So again, the giving might be at you, where you're now trying to even decide, like you're holding two cups and you're like, what do I do with these? Because like I don't, you know, you're deciding, you're like, oh, wow, I'm really grateful, but I also don't know what's going on here. And it's very interesting. What I'm also getting to share is, this was from another reader too today. And I don't know the readers' names by heart. Shit. I think it's like Uriel Firelight. I think she was saying that. That she had a very good point. Like today, like if you get some sort of choice that you need to make, it's like just sit on it, just be patient with it. So if somebody decides to give you their cup today, an offering, say thank you, but I'll have to think about that, you know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid to do that, because that's exactly, oh no, never mind, I thought I saw 222, but it's like actually 28 22. Either or, it's all good. So yeah, so are we moving on with the next card? Okay, yes, I'm getting yes. So, all right. So I'm going to just leave these out because I like to see how these are going to actually play out against the other cards, and not against, but with, you know what I'm saying? That's interesting. So, you know, I was just guided to like go here. Excuse me, to go here. The Rex of Wands. This guy, it's really funny. Look at this and look at this, okay? So this chick is like super fulfilled, right? I have to, hold on, let me put these down. Ah! Fuck it. We're gonna... So it could be where this girl already had her cup filled, right? But this guy is who gave her his cup, right? Because everybody has a cup no matter what you're the king of, okay? And he is now waiting intensely for her to figure out what the fuck she was going to do with it. So this is what I'm getting here. It's like the king is like so intensely waiting for her to say something. Like here he's given her his cup and he's like, "All right, so what's your answer?" You know what I'm saying? And she's just like, "Well, give me a second. Like I have to figure this out." So here that's probably what's going on. It's like she's trying to see what's in this cup. Is it worth what she's worth, right? That's what I'm trying to say. And can she find her worth? Like, is this cup a respectable cup for what her worthiness is? And because you can tell she's been through a lot, and so she's like, yo, I'm not taking any crumbs anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the next person, whether it be a guy or girl or this reversed or whatever. And may it always be kind of like in a traditional sense, because I feel like it'll work, it'll last longer in a traditional sense. So I like this. I like this kind of, I like this kind of dynamic where like the more masculine person is kind of, offering a cup to the person that's that is, super needs to be taken care of. So and taken care of in like a, like I got your back type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect you, I love you, like that purity type of love, right? Not that you need, like, no one needs to be taken care of really in spiritual truth, but in a relationship it's beautiful when the feminine is, because, or the more feminine is, because of the fact that it's just a beautiful dynamic, and that's how just things work out better, right? That's in my personal opinion. So this guy's like waiting intensely. He's like a king, and he's like, but kings can be assholes too, right? Like, let's just like not fuck around. Like kings can be assholes, and they can like, just because he's a king doesn't mean that he has a full cup to offer. He has a personality behind that crown. So it's like, please just note that even if a king, and it's really funny because I was watching, like today is 1 year that Prince Harry has given like an engagement ring to Meghan Markle or whatever. And I know that's not their proper titles, but I'm not like a really proper human being. I'm more like real, like whatever comes out is gonna come out. But like, I try to think about it beforehand, if but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, whatever. So I don't know, they're real, like I haven't like caught on to their real titles, put it that way. But the whole thing is, it's like if he, like, just using them as an example, right? If he were to go to Meghan Markle and being like, okay, I have a full cup, like, how do I explain this? Like, I have my own full cup, right? And it's filled with riches, right? And not even riches, but he has, how do I describe this? It's like, do I describe this as like 2 cups or 1 cup? Okay, let's say 1 cup is filled with, riches / emotional availability. Okay. So 1 cup is like, there's a pure mixture of both of them, right? So, which makes them full, right? So if he gave her a cup, does that mean that it's full? It could be full with, it could be full with, I mean, it should be kind of balanced, right, in terms of like material and emotional, but and that would be ideal. But the whole thing is, it's like she has to look into the cup to see what are her values, and do they match up to the values that are in her cup? Because if she needs something that's like, and by the way, you can have love and materialism, which is beautiful, actually. So, and that's what they are, really, right? Because they really are true love plus the riches of materialism, right? So, but the whole thing is, it's like the personality, you really have to check into the personality behind the crown, because again, everybody should have an invisible crown, but just because, and they do, but the whole thing is, when it comes down to it, it's like the person that's like the person that's royalty, for instance, or like pure royalty, like you see him for, his position. It's like he also has the option to give you a half a cup, and it's like, is that even what you want, right? So that's when like, long story short, or short story long is what I like to call it. when it comes to me, it's like this guy literally can be a cheapskate even if he has a fucking crown on, in terms of whatever and in terms of authority, right? He can be, it doesn't mean that he's a crown, it could also mean that he's like in authority, which is like he's like masculine, he's macho, he talks the talk, right? But it's like, but what does he have to offer, right? Like what is he offering in his cup? That's what you really have to see. That's the substance of it all, right? And see if it matches your values. If it doesn't, you have to X this guy and you have to wait for another guy to come in with, that's also, having full faith that the other guy also will have a crown on. You know what I'm saying? And better. So what I'm trying to say is know your worth, and don't accept just because he visually on the outside has a crown that he's giving you, and he's giving you, let's say, a half a cup. It's like, don't sell yourself short because of that, because of his what is it? Because of his kind of decision made. Like, it would be bullshit, actually, right? Because you've been through a lot. You know that you deserve more than whatever, kind of crumbs or whatever, or like half cup, half cup being offered would where it would take you, in essence, right? So this guy's like eager to know, like, what is the story? What is her decision? I don't know. I tried to explain that. I don't think I did such a great job, but I think you guys know where I'm going with, because I'm just like, how the fuck do I explain that? Hold on one second, guys. So yeah, because like, it's just because a lot of people, what I want to say is a lot of people, they like rest on their, is it royals or loyal? I can't remember what the word is. I think they rest on their loyals, I think it is. Where they like think that like just because he's wearing a crown, he can offer whatever the hell else up, like whatever the hell he wants to another person, and automatically have that be accepted because he has the crown. It's like that's not how it works, actually, right? So just be excuse me, smart enough to discern that, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's really what I think I wanted to get down to, because that's huge, it's huge. All right, so A team, we need 3 cards at the top of this deck, divinely gifted, that, ooh, fuck, another card down. Hold on, guys. I gotta go get it. Hold on. Ah, that's so cute. Oh my god, this is super cute. So, how we were just talking about, that's so super cute. How we were just talking about, oh, damn, it's okay. How we were just talking about, like, the king, like, offering his cup, and, like, that's, like, a dreamy essence. Well, the card that just fell out is dreaming. So cute. Do I read it now? Okay, yes, I'll read it. It says, one must realize, because it all flows, that makes sense. One must realize that all who have accumulated great fortunes first did a certain amount of dreaming, hoping, wishing, and desiring and planning before they acquired money. Okay, so there you go. So this guy actually, it's a very dreamy outcome, I feel. So this guy is actually very good for that person, right? But now it's just like, because they've been so a little jaded in a sense, they have to really, and this is definitely romantic. Like, this could have been like this is interesting because it's soul fam we're talking about. We're not talking about regular fam. So don't try to get like all grossed out by ancestral stuff. Like this is not ancestral anything. Even though like, I guess like if you really think about it, it all pretty much is, right? Like it's gross, but I mean that's true. So a breakup had to have happened in order for you to kind of like gain your own crown here, for you to then move on and simplify and then be alone, for you to kind of end up, receiving this full cup is what it seems to be, because it's a dreaming card. Like this is the dream come true. And but also what I want to say, yeah, I mean, I really do feel those really good vibes because that's what I'm feeling into. I was going to give you another kind of like more realistic, aspect of it, which is dreaming. It's like, how some people dream of like what they want back that didn't work out for them, but that's not the case here. That's just like, this is a dreaming of, you've been dreaming for this dream to come true for a very long time. And so it's working out. I am not going to shuffle these cards near the crease. It's like, and I'm talking about the crease between the surface and the bed. We ain't doing it. So, all right, 18, we need the highest and best 3 cards at the top of this deck that clearly depict what we need to know about today in the wealth and power area of our lives. Do I stop shuffling cards right here right now? All right, no, I gotta keep going. Do I stop shuffling cards right here right now? Okay. Nice. Ah, okay, this totally goes, guys. This totally goes. Wow, I like it. Bottom of the deck. Nice. Okay. Wow. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so cool. I love how this is already all turning out. Okay. So this is the bottom of the deck card, but we'll talk about that. So interesting. Okay. So here's an energy card, where I feel like energy, because of the wheel that had appeared before with the Soul Fam, that had sent you energy towards your wealth and empowerment aspect of your life, which is kind of like how it works. Like if you think about it like in a clockwise essence, like that's kind of how it works. It's like a clockwise or like a spiral, however you want to look at it. Both being the same thing, really, if you think about it. It's a beautiful thing. So energy is what's being sent your way in terms of the energy of, and what I want to say is love, right? Because love is an energy that really kind of is in everything, right? So I want to say when it comes to, loving yourself, loving life more, loving your just romantic even, there's been a change. Whatever perspective you had on any of that is now changing for the better. So it's a beautiful thing. You're like moving towards bigger and better things. So that's what the energy card looks like, which is super magical. And it is like magical and miraculous energy, right? That's like actually making moves for you. So it says life is energy. It is anything. Life is energy if it is anything. If neither energy nor matter can be destroyed, of course life cannot be destroyed. So it can, because it's a cyclical thing, just like the world, right? The world is a cyclical thing. And so it cannot be destroyed, just as they say love cannot be destroyed. So whatever love was created, it cannot be destroyed. It's in this vortex or a circle, that's constantly going in a good way, right? Because you have, like, it's really interesting. You have the yin and yang that makes you whole. But what I was getting is like you have, let's say can you picture 2 yin and yangs coming together? It's like a double whole. It's like the double cup, right? Where it's like you can have, like, it's very interesting because you can have, I don't know how to even, like, you can have one, because this just came to me, so I'm just like, do I think about it like this is just, I don't know, I guess I'm just like playing around here with like how the whole energy thing works, but what I wanted to say is like, you can have a really dark, but it's like, do I believe in it? It's like, I actually kind of don't. Like, if anything, we are pretty balanced with our black and our white, that I don't think it took an entire blackness, an entire whiteness to make half a black and half a white. Do you get what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm just like kind of just musing right now out loud, just because I can. So what I'm saying is the energy of love is literally a wholesomely balanced yin and yang, right? Um, but what can happen is very interesting is like, oh, maybe this is what I'm getting. You know how like people depict the angel versus the devil or whatever, right? So the angel would be all white, the devil would be like this all black energy. So maybe, people do have that in terms of their energy, which is really all love, right? It's just the shaded part of love that happens that maybe is unclear to us because we just don't know any better, right? But like for instance, like our worries and shit, like that's like a shaded love area. You know what I'm saying? Like we get a little fearful of it. We don't know how to handle it, but we end up handling it, right? So there's nothing really to be afraid of, but it's just something that, could go towards the shady side. So long story short, the yin and yang coming together is literally you bringing both together, accepting both of them, that you have both, and you love on them just as equally, right? Like you see them for how each of them work. So, and it's really funny that we're talking about the black, because look at that black umbrella. Like, is a black umbrella so bad because it's black? It's like, no, it's not. It's just actually like, it's probably like, we probably have a lot of black umbrellas because of the fact that when it rains, people think of black, actually, right? So that's probably why they create black umbrellas, like because they feel like, oh, when it rains things can get dirty, so it's better to have black rather than a white umbrella, right? So because it's going to be tossed everywhere and it's whatever. So practically speaking, a black umbrella is actually not a bad thing at all, right? So again, this is a perception that we've put on our lives rather than seeing, like, we think like the black is really bad or whatever, but it's like, it's not. It's just needing to be. So the wisdom of it all is really loving energy. It goes all back to it goes back, whatever. I don't know what I want to say there, but it all goes back to love. It really does. So the energy is love, that's shifting. And I feel like a perspective is shifting here on love that will basically have you kind of more in this magical energy, magic, mystical, miraculous energy, actually. Isn't it funny how this and this decides to come up? And I think, excuse me, if I'm not mistaken, I was telling you about decisions made. Like, you had to cut some things out in this card to then make clear-cut decisions for yourself, right? So decide is huge. And so maybe this is also like you taking action over here because you're divinely guided, and maybe this card read is more so, here's the result of what you receive when it comes to the wealth and power of it all. So, there's so many ways to look at it. So I think that, all of them are really beautiful. It's just like, how is it going to work in your life, So decide. It says, at the outset, whether you intend to become a leader in your chosen calling or remain a follower, the difference in compensation is vast. Oh, that's interesting. So you need to decide to be your own leader, which is basically what you've already have done. If you think about, accepting the world for yourself and seeing the world turn in your favor, being this person who's already kind of created all of these, kind of like, you've cut things out of your life, you've already done the deciding work, right? So, and only, if you think about it, only leaders can do that. Like true leaders have the strength to cut shit out of their life that doesn't work, because they are strong enough to realize that they shouldn't be lying to themselves, right? Like if they're feeling something that is so true within them that is actually kind of like leaving them a little off, like why do I feel this way when I'm around this certain person? It's like I know I don't give off these vibes because they're not natural to me in giving off these vibes, but yet somehow when I'm around this person I don't feel good, and then that person needs to just be like separated from. And so again, it doesn't have to happen in such a nasty way, but the whole thing is, yes, it does at the same time, like not in a nasty way, but like the separation does need to happen. And it's just a natural thing when a person comes along, who decides what they want for their life and who is honest enough with themselves as they are a leader for themselves. And, and then so they decide to like cut people out. So it just makes sense that, you've now transitioned from just, being a follower of sorts to a leader, which is super beautiful. That is a wealth and power for sure. By the way, love is power for sure. So this loving energy, this romantical energy that's kind of being created into your life, that's like spinning nicely into your life, is literally doing you very right for yourself. It's spinning self-love into your life so that you can decide on, on that you want better for yourself, and that you're going to receive better for yourself. Like, that's a beautiful thing. I love this spread. Thank you, 18. This is so awesome. So, okay, I'm going to leave this with this. Okay, cool. This is persistence. So persistence, and this is really interesting because it says, find gold on here, and there are all these nines on here. Oh, sorry, this is a 9 card, and all right, never mind. I thought this was a 9 card, but it says persistence. So let's just see how it correlates. Wishing will not bring riches, but desiring riches with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquire riches and backing those plans with persistence, which does not recognize failure, will bring riches. Damn, I got to read that again. Wishing will not bring riches, but desiring riches with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquire riches and backing those plans with persistence, which does not recognize failure, will bring riches. Okay, here's what I'm getting. Your feminine aspect of your life wants to play, okay? So the childlike essence in yourself is being persistent. That's what I mean by play. So you're dreaming, you're wanting all these things. You're getting, now that you've decided, you're getting more concrete and more solid within your knowing to then take all these certain steps to then achieving your dreams. So at the end, this is how your cup is going to be fulfilled today, which is awesome. And it's such a wealth and power feeling for sure. You're going to be chipping away at your cups, doubling up on your happiness, doubling up on your fundage, by working on your dreams, tonight, or however this, however this layout works for you. And it's really funny because you're doing it yourself. You're having a lot of fun. And then all of a sudden, this person, and this probably maybe could be tomorrow, or it could be even while you're working. Maybe this was at the bottom of the deck for a reason, like to be like, hey, heads up, this is also coming in like as like a highlighted, essence, right? Like this is something that's coming in while you're working. It's like, so this guy, like I was saying, was so adamant and he's so like watchful of this person that actually, isn't it hilarious that independence was at the bottom of the deck, along with, in the background it says pure gold, which is what I saw. So this guy, I don't know if you can see that, because I'm not doing such a great job in showing you this. I don't know what you can and can't see. Here, I'm just going to put it on top. Whatever. No, let's just do this. So I'm going to just explain. So this guy has pure dependence of a whole bunch of things in your life, and you're just trying to regain yourself here by being persistent, by being like, okay, I've done all this freaking work behind, like, like before today, before tonight, or before, midday and tonight. However, if you're looking at this from morning and then this towards the end of the day. So if this is like the afternoon and this is towards nighttime, it's like you're focusing on what you need to do for yourself, and you're coming back with this power of persistence, right? Wow, look at all this power. I was just thinking, power of energy, power of decision, power of persistence, huge. And power of independence, right? So you're basically, so this guy, it's a more visual card. Like you're going after, either this may just be that you're going after this type of goal, which is, you're trying to build an empire here. So you need your independence, right? So this is what you're kind of going after. I mean, pretty much this is why I create these videos too, because I'm going after my own independence as well. I'm going after something that I purely believe in, and I feel like it really brings me a lot of joy. And so it's all a matter of time in terms of like, having it be independent and, like, I mean, I find independence to be something that I have a whole bunch of definitions for. Like, I like to be independent in knowing that things are structured and set up and, kind of ready for success, which I feel like I'm not yet. But you know what? We're working with imperfection right now to gain independence. So, the power of imperfection will gain me the power of independence. That's for sure. Like that's what I'm putting out there, And so I'm grateful to the imperfection of it all, because I get to have so much fun, and may it never leave, right? So the whole thing is this person, or you rather, the aspect of you're now kind of committed. You're like, okay, 2 cups. I got my hands full. I know what I know which way I'm being led now, and I'm going after it. So that could be that. But then it's really funny, because this is what I got like right off the bat, is like, you'll be working and you're going to be in your own swing of things. All of a sudden this person comes in striking, because he has the wand. He's like a striking person. He's like, oh, I see what you've done here. You know what I'm saying? And then, or I see what you're working on. And he's like, so like super like engaged and so super like excited about like, what you have going on. And you're like just working away at what you need to do. And then, but he has the independence that you're seeking also, right? So he is the kind of like the resource of the independence that you want. So maybe this is also a helpful person coming in towards the end of the day to let you know that he's been seeing your work. He sees your work. He sees what you're doing. He sees what you're going after, and he wants to be a part of it somehow. Or he wants to bring, maybe he wants to share his resources with you on how to be independent, be more independent, by sharing one of his cups with you. So we don't know whose cups these are, but what I want to say is, because these are the dreams that I believe in, is like this person, because I deal with high quality people. So this person has 2 cups, one filled with, well, what am I going to say? I'm going to say here, like, definitely one filled with values, put it that way. And another one filled with like emotions, right? So these people are just definitely, so she's like fulfilled, because she's been persistent. And then this person loves the aspect of this idea, because maybe he only has, let's say, maybe he doesn't have enough happiness, but he has a lot of riches, right? So he sees that she's kind of wholesome. She's like, what, like there's a wholesomeness to this person, even though she's been through a lot, or he's been through a lot. And now they're kind of like, yo, how did you get that happiness? Like, he's so eager to know, So there's something about this person that he's so eager to either chip in on, or, or co-create with, or just, add to, even donate, whatever it is, time, money, effort, doesn't even matter. He just wants to be with this person, kind of, getting excited about what, they're doing. But also, let's not forget, he has a wand. He is a dream maker. Okay, this is so cool. So he has the dream maker. So she's basically persistent because she's wanting independence. This guy comes in, he's a fucking dream maker, and he's like, yo, like, I see what you're doing. I see that you're putting effort into life, but let me just grant it to you on a very quick, like quick and quality, like overnight success type of thing. Like I see what you're doing. You're worthy of this. And so let me just make the dream happen a little bit quicker for you because you deserve that, right? So what I'm saying is she's not even thinking short term. She's thinking fucking long term. She's thinking, oh, I have to really, put effort into this right now because of the fact that it's just like, it's going to take time to build. She's a dream builder for herself. But this guy already has a dream built. He's crowned already, right? So he's now looking upon her and he's saying, no, like whatever you're looking for, like that's all cool, you can continue doing, but at the same time, like I can grant you this independence right now. And I can cry because that's so fucking beautiful, because he's willing to share whatever type of aspect she needs, like whatever she's lacking, he'll come in and fulfill for her so that they both can have this independence. Do you know what I'm saying? And yet still successfully be together, because that's what successful relationships are all about, whether it be romantic or whatever, business-like or whatever, it doesn't matter. The wealth and power, like power couples, when we're talking about power couples, which is so affiliated with this reading right now, and so affiliated with the type of people that I want to, that I really resonate with, is the aspect of power couples know that they can only be power couples when they are two independent people working towards their own separate goals, but yet being able to share their resources with one another, whether it be ideas, goals, dreams. Oh, guys, I think I might have to come. I think my reading might have to finish up because I think it's getting low in battery. So, but thank God we're already at the end of the reading. I didn't even actually check to see the freaking battery before I got on here. That's how crazy I am. I mean, that's how like I'm crazy in a good way, but that's how like I meant to say like technology based I am, because like I don't even think about these things. So yeah, so that's basically what I want to tell you, and it's so beautiful. So I meant to do 3 cards each, but we have 4 cards each, which means infinity, but also, which is beautiful, the infinity is really the day today in terms of having 2 things that play into one another. So again, you are having, your help is coming from your angelic, soul, family, ancestral realm, and then to create all of this for yourself. And it's just like at the day, you're going to be feeling double. I'm telling you, I attract the people who really believe in double the cups, like double the ace cups. Not just one ace. Like one ace is cool, but we go after the double ace cups. Like so this is like yeah, that's really amazing. And again, it's 2. So she's thinking that she's working with her in her spirit realm, and it's like it's just them 2 working, right? And she's happy with that, right? But here comes a third, and she didn't even see that coming, right? We didn't even see these coming at the bottom of the decks. So again, this is a beautiful infinity type of reading, which I'm so glad that I was inspired to come on and do. I was actually pushed to do. I love being pushed to do whatever it takes, like in terms of, just sharing the knowledge and just seeing kind of what evolves and what we get and just the story of it all. So thank you guys so much for hanging with me and for just enjoying the reading. And we'll see each other soon. Thanks. Bye.